quarterback is always going to be looming in every conversation. So I think they're going to want to get those guys action, Gabriel and Sanders. I think they're going to want to have one veteran quarterback. I don't know if there's a value in having both of those veteran quarterbacks and then having two rookies on the roster as well. Aggressive in getting Joe Flacco as a free agent quarterback, brought him back. Obviously, he has a great relationship with Stefanski. Two of them had great success 2 years ago when he was the comeback player of the year, but they also acquired Kenny Pickett. I would be surprised personally if both of those veteran quarterbacks are still on the roster come week one and you have the two rookies. Usually in a situation like this, just covering the league a while like I have, you have the two veterans go at it. One of those guys is your veteran, and then you probably keep both rookies and you dress maybe one of them.
Shedeur Sanders is once again making headlines, this time with a major update from NFL insider Peter Schrager. According to Schrager, the team is leaning toward keeping one veteran quarterback, either Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett, on the roster, while both promising rookies, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, are expected to stick around as well. But here's the part turning heads. Schrager has labeled Shedeur Sanders as untouchable. That's right, untouchable. Despite being a rookie, Shedeur is reportedly viewed as a core piece of the team's future, someone the front office isn't even considering moving. So what does this mean for the quarterback room? And more importantly, how has Shedeur already earned this level of trust and respect from the organization? Let's break it down. According to NFL insider Peter Schrager, this year is shaping up to be a pivotal one for Shedeur Sanders. Despite being selected in the later rounds, Schrager reports that Shedeur is going to get a real opportunity to play. That's not something you hear often for mid-round quarterbacks in their rookie season. But it speaks volumes about the team viewing Shedeur's potential. According to Peter Schrager, this year is absolutely critical for Shedeur Sanders because of what could be coming next. Schrager hinted that Cleveland may have strategically used their 3rd and 5th round picks this year to position themselves for 2 second-rounders in next year's draft. And when a front office makes a move like that, it usually signals something big on the horizon, like targeting a quarterback early. That makes 2025 a prove-it year for Shedeur Sanders. He has to show that he belongs, that he can lead, and that the Browns don't need to look elsewhere. Still, Schrager made it clear that Cleveland is backing both Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel this season. He emphasized that while developing these two young quarterbacks, keeping just one veteran, either Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett, is the most viable path forward.
And if you remember, when we were sitting together at the draft, Cleveland traded back and acquired Jacksonville's first-round pick and their own first-round pick. When you have two first-round picks of teams that are not necessarily expected to be Super Bowl contenders, quarterback is always going to be looming in every conversation, and having two rookies on the roster as well.
Peter Schrager has long been a supporter of Shedeur Sanders, and his belief in the young quarterback is only growing stronger. Speaking recently on NFL Network, Schrager highlighted the increasing possibility of Sanders becoming part of the Browns' first-team offense. Heading into minicamp, there was already serious buzz building around Shedeur. Coaches, teammates, and insiders alike were whispering the same thing: he's that good. Schrager pointed out that everything seems to be aligning in Sanders' favor, from the roster makeup to the timing of Cleveland's QB transition. What makes this situation even more intriguing is the fact that, according to Schrager, the quarterback job in Cleveland is still wide open.
That felt very personal to Shedeur. That said, I'm told that he came into minicamps, and I spoke to people this weekend, and was as good a young third-day pick you could imagine in how he handled himself. Now, you're asking him to find a way to not only get on this roster, which he will, but to then be able to get reps in training camp and then win the job. That's asking a lot. However, you're asking a quarterback room that doesn't have that. There is no Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford in there. It is wide open. If you're thinking the best man can win, he might have the most skills.
According to Peter Schrager, Shedeur Sanders might actually be the best positioned quarterback on the Browns roster right now. That's a bold statement, especially in a room that includes veterans like Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. But Schrager didn't stop there. He also stressed that this won't be a rushed decision by the coaching staff. This isn't something that gets figured out in June or even in July, he explained. It's going to stretch into August. Some analysts are now beginning to question whether the quarterback competition in Cleveland is truly wide open. or if it's more about managing locker room dynamics than genuine uncertainty. According to multiple insiders, the coaching staff may already have a strong sense of who their starting quarterback will be. And, based on everything seen so far, all signs are pointing toward Shedeur Sanders. When you look at the reps during minicamp, the crisp execution in drills, and the way he's commanding attention on and off the field, Shedeur has consistently looked like the best player out there. His poise, confidence, and ability to elevate the offense haven't gone unnoticed. While the team continues to present this as a fair and open competition, those close to the situation believe the real battle is narrowing, and that it's between Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders. Kimberly A. Martin also joined the growing chorus of voices backing Shedeur Sanders, and she didn't hold back. In a recent segment, Kimberly stated that she wouldn't be surprised at all if Shedeur ends up as the starting quarterback for Cleveland. Her reasoning? The Browns are facing a brutal schedule this season, one that demands bold decisions and resilient leadership right out of the gate. According to Kimberly, with the level of competition Cleveland will be up against, it only makes sense to roll with a quarterback who offers both composure under pressure and long-term upside. Shedeur checks both of those boxes. Kimberly A. Martin didn't just stop at the schedule or Shedeur's potential. She brought receipts. She highlighted that over the past 2 seasons, the Browns have cycled through 9 different quarterbacks, a glaring sign of instability at the most critical position in football. That kind of turnover doesn't just hurt the offense, it fractures rhythm, chemistry, and confidence across the entire team. With lingering injury concerns still hanging over the roster and Joe Flacco's age beginning to show, Kimberly made a compelling argument. The probability of Shedeur Sanders stepping in as the starter isn't some wild stretch. It's becoming a very realistic scenario.
Someone else. Think about it. Over the last 2 seasons, the Browns have started 9 different quarterbacks. I think injuries in that division could be an issue, and it may pave the way for Shedeur to start.
Dan Orlovski, never one to shy away from bold takes, took things to another level in the ongoing Shedeur Sanders conversation. He openly challenged the Cleveland Browns front office to stop playing it safe and make the bold move. Start Shedeur Sanders. Speaking with unmistakable conviction, Orlovski directly addressed GM Andrew Berry and head coach Kevin Stefanski, asking the question that's now echoing throughout NFL circles. Isn't the chatter real? Orlovski didn't just float the idea, he pressed the issue hard. He pointed to the growing buzz surrounding Shedeur, the undeniable flashes of talent on display during minicamp, and the widespread belief that he's not just ready, he's right for this moment. Why not start Shedeur Sanders? Orlovski asked bluntly. It's a question fans, insiders, and analysts are all beginning to ask out loud. Peter Schrager's latest update offers perhaps the clearest look yet into the Browns' quarterback strategy, and it speaks volumes about how they view Shedeur Sanders. According to Schrager, the team is leaning toward retaining both rookie quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, while keeping just one veteran on the roster, either Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett. That structure alone is telling. It signals a clear commitment to developing young talent and creating an environment where Sanders can grow, compete, and possibly take the reins sooner rather than later. But what truly stands out is Schrager labeling Shedeur Sanders as untouchable. For a rookie drafted in the 3rd round, that's rare, and it shows just how much belief the Browns already have in his future. Rather than stockpiling veterans or looking elsewhere, the front office seems fully invested in building around their young core, with Shedeur right at the center of it. By keeping only one veteran, the Browns are opening the door for Sanders to rise without being buried on the depth chart. This isn't just about filling roster spots. It's a strategic move that suggests Shedeur is very much part of the long-term plan. The message from Cleveland? The future is now, and Shedeur Sanders is a key part of it. So now the big question is, what do you think the Browns should do? Should they stick with the veteran safety net of Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett? Or is it time to go all in on the youth movement with Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel? Do you believe Shedeur is ready to take over the QB1 spot, or should the team ease him into the role behind a seasoned veteran? And with the front office labeling Shedeur as untouchable, do you think this is a sign that Cleveland has already made up its mind? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Should the future start now?